My name is Adam and I'm from Russia. I came into the UK in 1997, after which I claimed asylum, but it was refused. Surprisingly, I was given limited leave to remain until 2001. Around 1999, I became friends with some really bad people and I was introduced to drug selling. I was arrested in 2001 and charged to court for possession with intent to supply. I was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment, after which a deportation order was made against me. I appealed this, and to my surprise, the judge allowed me appeal because of my two children. In 2007, I applied for indefinite leave to remain because I have been in the country for more than 10 years. But my application was refused and I was given discretionary leave to remain instead. I was very happy, so I decided to travel to France to have a party with my friends. And a guy came up to my girlfriend and grabbed her ass. I was very angry and drunk. I picked up a nearby bottle and smashed on him. My friends and I ran off and we later returned to the UK thinking I had escaped. Unknown to me, I was sentenced to 9 years imprisonment in my absence. For 4 years, I lived in bliss, thinking I had escaped my crimes. I was at home one moment. It was a morning, recovering from hangovers as usual, when I was picked up by two uniformed police officers. And I was later informed that the French authorities thought to extradite me due to my previous offense. My lawyer fought and fought, but I was eventually handed over to them. After a few years, I was released and allowed to reopen my case. I applied to re-enter the UK, but I was refused entry. I was despondent. I had no job and nowhere to live. I slept on the street and in the rain, in the train stations for months. Fortunately, I met a friend of mine who introduced me to a truck driver who is experienced in smuggling people in and out countries. I didn't have money to pay him, so I offered to work for him for 6 months to pay off my debt. This man was the worst of the worst. He would ask me to beat up whoever offends him. He also involved his grooming underage children. One day, one of the girls told the truck driver that she wanted to stop prostituting herself for him. The truck driver told me to teach her a lesson. I was told to break both of her hands, but she was crying so loudly and I felt sorry for her, so I only broke her pinky. I didn't want to do all this, but I was desperate to go back home to my children and my life, and the truck driver promised to smuggle me back into the UK if I obeyed him, so I basically became his slave. One morning, it was Monday 2012, the truck driver woke me up and told me it was time. I was scared. You need to understand that during my time in France, I had my friends with a lot of people in the same situation as me. Some of them were able to cross over successfully. Some were stopped by the police and returned to France. And well, some actually died underneath the truck from lack of oxygen. I was told to flat on the floor of the track, and boxes of cold yogurt were packed right onto me. I was shivering, but not from the cold. I could taste the fear in my mouth. The journey took over forever, and we were stopped a couple of times, but fortunately none of them asked to check inside the truck. At last the truck stopped and the door opened. The boxes of yogurt were removed from the top of me, but I still could not move. It was as if my body was cut off, leaving only my head, and I couldn't believe I had finally entered the UK. I was very happy. I slept in the warehouse that night, but quickly went over to my ex place to see my children the next morning, and the girls were happy to see me, but their mother wasn't. She was already in a relationship with another man and didn't want me around. And I promised the girls I will keep in touch, and went to one of my old friends' place to lay low for a while, and I knew I was in trouble. Although I had successfully entered the UK, I was here illegally, which makes matters worse. I wouldn't be able to work or claim any benefit, and I knew I was just entering another phase of my life which I wasn't equipped to face. So I decided to make an application for discretionary leave to remain. I had no money to get a solicitor, so I made the application myself. However, the Home Office didn't bother to give me a decision for my application. I received a notice of decision to make a deportation order against me through the post instead, and I appealed and submitted further human rights claim using my 2 children, but they rejected the human rights claim, saying I hadn't been in the children's life and that they are better off without me. They have now decided that I must be deported from the United Kingdom. I need urgent help. I don't know what else to do.
Do you need help emigrating to the United States, Canada, South Africa, or the United Kingdom? Are you already here and you need help to regularize your immigration status? Do you need help with your employment tribunal cases? We at Triple M Legal can provide visas to the United States, Canada, South Africa, and other countries. We can also help you with your employment tribunal cases. Our team of dedicated professionals at Triple M Legal are here on hand daily to give you the best possible legal documents, advice, and solutions to your requirements. Book a telephone consultation right now on www.triplemlegal.com.